Well, good morning. Good morning. I just wanted to come on here and say hello. And it's been a minute, but I know that I had to do it early because I have early days based on what I do. And I wanted to make sure I get a workout in before I actually head into the office. So I wanted to make sure that I came in just to say hello because it's been a minute since I've actually done a live. And I think that based on my schedule and what I do, this might be a better time around this time period to do it before I actually go into work. And by the time I get home, I'm exhausted. So just a little bit about, just giving you some updates because I don't want to continue to wait if someone doesn't come on or anything like that. So for those that don't know me, I am Lanita Cornett. I'm a success strategist as well as a well-being coach and guide. And so I kind of like shifted a little bit as far as my focus because of my workload, because I'm still active duty. I do retire next year, September the 1st, 2025. And so I'm actually going through that process when it comes to preparation for transition to my next thing as I integrate back into my community, thing to that nature. So it's been challenging because of I'm still active duty, so I still work. My workload is a lot more versus what it was when I was not on the resident side of the Sergeant's Major Corps, Sergeant's Major Academy, the Sergeant's Major course. So now I'm on the distance learning side. So my student ratio is a lot more versus what I had before. So it's like right now I have 49 students, and that's just the term for professional studies. And we're not even talking about capstone papers. So this time period in the season, there's a lot of assignments that we have to do, and this is during the holiday season of Thanksgiving to include after that following week. So within the next 2 weeks, I'm pretty much going to have a very busy schedule. So I pretty much have to be intentional with my time, but also not burn myself out and try to do too much in one day. So I do create quotas for myself. And so based on that, I kind of just want to talk about that a little bit when it comes to time management, when it comes to workload, when it comes to priority. And then I'm going to let you go. So for those that are watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. Share it with a girlfriend. I am over 40, so this is relevant to any woman that actually has that has dual roles, meaning you may be, regardless if you have, because I don't have any children, but I have beautiful nieces and nephews, and they're all the way from the ages of 2 all the way up to like 27. Okay, so we have a very large extended family, and I love them dearly, even though I don't get a chance to see them all the time because of my military career. But I am married. Floyd Cornett Jr. is my husband, and so we have been together over 20 years, but we don't have any children. So that's why I said, I want to bring that up too, because just because you may be a woman that is childless or child free does not mean that you are not worthy and that you're not serving in a way, because you're a nurturer. You were, that's part of you. That's who you are. So even though you may not have children of your own personal choice or medical reasons, you are still worthy. So do not feel any less when there's holidays that come up, or you may see individuals that have kids and you may want to have kids, but you may, depending on the choice that you made, now that you don't, well, how can you give in a way to where you feel fulfilled, even though you don't have children? So just want to mention that. Now, going back to time management, and the reason why I want to share this is because depending on what you do, not everyone is going to experience this. But what I would tell you is, if you're a woman, especially a woman in leadership roles, meaning you do more than just the work that you do at your job, okay? This is, you have a career. This is the talk that I want to do really short is about It's for career women that are in leadership roles, multiple leadership roles, not just at the job, but at home, in your communities. A lot of women love to volunteer. So, this may be not just sororities, because I'm part of Phi Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, also part of Top Ladies of Distinction Incorporated. So these are two organizations that I'm part of, but this is just to give you the reason why I'm bringing this up. And you may have leadership roles, and then you have your business. You may be a solo. I serve women that are solopreneurs and have multiple roles in leadership. So the reason why I want to bring this up is because we have to be mindful that we only have one body. Okay, we only have one body, and it's important for us to know that the more that we take care of ourselves, all the other things will come to place. Okay, it will happen. But if we're not good to ourselves, we're not good to our body, then we're not good to anyone else. That's in your relationships, in your intimate relationships, in your professional relationships. This is in your relationships when it comes to community service, when it comes to sisterhood. Okay, when it comes to your community, when it comes to serving in every different capacity that you do. If you're not taking care of yourself, then how are you going to do it for anyone else? And so it starts with you. Okay, you are the priority. And a lot of times people will put more on your plate because they know that you can do it. And then when you continue to say, oh, I'll do it, then what room is there for you to actually relax? When is that? Because you're constantly moving. You go into one organization to the next one. You started one, you joined two, now you realize you're in 10 organizations. Someone is going to get at least like 5% of the actual work that you do, because you cannot be great in all those organizations. Okay, and I'm saying that before my own self. I am not great in all the organizations. I have to prioritize the military. Why? Because that is my career. That is what I do before I start doing all the other things. Now, once retirement is complete, then there's other things that I'll be doing. But then I have to personally prioritize, what is it going to be, what matters the most to me right now. So with that, no matter what organizations that I join, everyone is not going to get 100%, especially if you know your capacity and you know that you can only give 50% because you have a full-time career in another area. You cannot give 100% in everything that you do. So that's where the time management comes in, the well-being planning comes in, being realistic with things that you want to achieve come in. And so I say that a lot of times we're taking care of everybody else, and we're not even looking at the things that matter the most to us. Because we know that, okay, as long as I take care of this individual here, that I know that I'll be able to do this at a later time. But you're making everybody's dreams come true. I'm talking to myself. So this is not theory. This is something that's actually happened to me, where I'm allowing and being there as a partnership, being there as a sister to help someone with the things that they want to get done. But where's the support for me? And I don't do this it's not about doing this thing for, if I do this for you, you do this for me. It's not about that. It's not about that. Even though you do have people that do that, okay? But I'm saying that there's been several times in my military career, okay? Because I will retire, I'll have 30 years in my military career, even in business, to where there's business owners, small business owners, mentors, educators that want to initiate a program. They need help doing it. They can't do it alone. So anything that you do, if you think you're doing it by yourself, you'll do it by yourself and be successful for a little bit, but after a while you will fail if you think you can do everything on your own. Okay, just saying that. But I've actually been there to help them with the things that they want to achieve, any dreams that they want. I've done that. I've been there. And then who's the person left burnt out? Not them, because they got the help, they got the support. It was me. because even though I was helping them, there were things that I wanted to do and I wasn't getting the support that I needed. And so it was always, I saw this trend. There was always this trend. I'm helping everyone else. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. And then when it's time for me to do something, the support, where's the support for me? I don't have it. And I would just do something out of the kindness of my heart, but not getting the support that I needed. And I just saw the trend happen over and over again until I started creating boundaries. And not everyone likes boundaries, because they want whatever it is, the talent that you have, they want it all to themselves. They don't care about boundaries. And so when it comes to time management, when it comes to your overall well-being, you have to prioritize what matters the most to you. It's not about overcommitting yourself to where you're just doing all these things, because there's a reason why you're doing it. So why are you constantly busy all the time? The busy may be fulfilling for you, but why are you so busy? Can you actually relax? And relax is not, I'm not talking about TV. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm just talking about relax, where you made just like a nice thing of tea and you just want to be in a quiet area for like an hour for yourself so that you can recharge your mind, recalibrate. Think about what went well today. What can I do more of that really feels good, for the mind, body, soul, spirit? What are some things that I could do? What are some things that I need to let go of? Because it may not be as easy to say, okay, I need to let go of this because it's a bad habit, or this is the things that really aren't serving me in this season. And I bring this up because we are in the holiday season, and it's only just going to pick up because, we're, almost in Thanksgiving for those that do celebrate Thanksgiving. And then you have other holidays after that. So in this time, it's going to pick up more because you're going to see a lot of things, especially we're on social media. You're going to see a lot of Black Friday sales. You're going to see, after Black Friday, it's going to be more sales. And then it's going to be getting ready for the new year. And so it's like, like I said, it's going to ramp up. So that you don't get overwhelmed, it's what matters the most to you. And then you focus on that. And it's so important that, time management doesn't sound, nobody wants to hear about time management, but how to make money, they want to make, they care about that, right? But if you don't manage yourself, because we're talking about agency now, we're talking about managing yourself in every aspect, when it comes to learning, when it comes to business, when it comes to business relationships, when it comes to, your career, your professional work, what you do. If you can't manage that, all those other things are going to crumble. They're going to fall. So it's important right now in this season, regardless of how busy it may get, is to really, truly get back to the why of why you're doing certain things. And I'm saying this because it's something that I have to constantly remind myself of. And again, going back to my workload is more than what it was when I was on the resident side for the Sergeant's Major course. Not everyone understands that. My husband, I explain it to him, but he's not doing what I'm doing. He can only imagine it based on what I share with him. But I don't really discuss the workload I don't do live streams talking about workload or whatever, or, day in life of the educator. I don't, number one, because the signal is bad in my building, so I can't even do that. So to share that with you, but it's more of a workload now. And so what I had to do was create a reality for me that is manageable, meaning quotas for the day. If I have certain amount of papers that I have to do at a certain time period, just like now, I give myself 5 to 7. And the reason is because if I try to do more than that, I'm staying up all the way till midnight. I have a husband. I don't have any kids, but I do have a husband. So I was able to do that when I was by myself at a certain time period. But even that, I had to stop doing that because I I think, yeah, that during that time I was done with school. I finished my second master's, so I was good with that. But I haven't started my doctorate. So I share this with you and just, giving you an update with me, but also wanting to talk about time management and why is it important. And of course, it's the impromptu. So I'm not going to be on here too long. But I wanted to just give you those nuggets for today. And just think about it. Like, what are some things that I can do more of that is fulfilling, that is bringing in return on investment, that is actually bringing that fire back, that's actually bringing out your best. The things that aren't bringing out your best, having you frustrated, it's time for you to figure out, okay, especially if it's tasks that you got to do, how can I get the support that I need? Because again, if you think that you're on this journey alone, you're not. You have to have a support, or you can be successful for a long period by yourself, and then you'll stay in a state that's not sustaining, or that is not successful for you to progress. So you'll stay in a state where you're stuck because you're trying to do everything on your own. So even my career in the military, I didn't do it by myself. There was a team that I had in every organization at every level of leadership for me that got me to where I am here right now, in this position. And so maybe a little bit different, of course, on the civilian and on the private sector side or government work, a little different. But even in that process, any type of work that you do, especially when it's dealing with collaboration, majority of the time, even though you may be working by yourself, you're still collaborating with others. So you're not on this journey by yourself, and no matter what you do, even though you may want to, but it only lasts for a short time. So be good to yourself, okay? And I just wanted to come on here, looking a hot mess. But I wanted to make sure I did this early before I get started on my day. If you have anything that you want to share in the chat when it comes to time management, please do. But this is this is a short impromptu that I just wanted to give you an update as far as how I'm doing and some things that I'm thinking about, especially as we get into the holiday season. And so I will have more impromptus. I'm gonna call them impromptus because I don't want to nail myself at a certain time when my schedule right now is busy with a lot of assignments that I gotta grade. All right, so again, be good to yourself, and I will talk to you soon. Be blessed.